So welcome to this week's video. In this week's video, it's a little bit different. As you can see, we're outdoors now instead of the usual indoors type studio vibe that I usually do. There's a couple reasons for that. The first one being kind of want to try something new. Wanted to record outside, kind of get used to being in the public and recording in the public, as I'm not really accustomed to that, just because it's not really comfortable doing that. And the second reason being my room's a mess. I have my camera shit like lying everywhere. So it's not really the most ideal place to be recording, and my room's not really that big to begin with, so I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to record this video outdoors and see how it goes. It's fucking hot though, like I'm not even gonna lie. It's like 33, 34 degrees Celsius here in Tokyo, so it's really the start of the summer from now, and it's just gonna get worse maybe. So, but anyways, aside from that, right now I'm in Odaiba, here to take photos of the hydrangea. There's this place called the Symbol Promenade Park that I want to take photos of. I went here a couple of days ago when it was rainy, and I got some pictures, which you can see. I'll post them right here. Honestly, I kind of like those pictures more just because of the even flat lighting, and I just think that works better with these type of shots. Anyways, so the main point of this video is just taking it slow and not rushing. And what I mean by that, let me just give you an example. So the reason why I brought this video up in the first place, or the idea of this video came up in the first place, is when I was in Shibuya and Shinjuku, and it was raining that particular day, and I really wanted to get a bunch of shots just because it's raining. It's like the perfect opportunity for me to get a lot of the shots that I wanted. But I carried my 70 to 200 in my bag. I carried my tripod, my 24 to 70. Carried a lot of shit in my bag that I probably didn't really need, and not probably, I didn't need. That day turned out pretty horrible in terms of not only the results, but just my experience. I thought that because I was in Shibuya at the time and it was rainy, I can get the shot that I wanted, aka the crosswalk shot from a building, the Ikarie building, in case you were curious. I wanted to get a shot from there with my 70 to 200, and then I had my tripod with me in case I needed some stability with my camera. I had my 55mm with me just in case I wanted to do street photography in Shibuya when it was raining, because I like doing that as well. I had my 24 to 70 for an all-around lens, which I did use when I was in Shinjuku to take this shot right here that I'll show while it was raining. So I was everywhere, and that really made the experience pretty lackluster, and that's not really how I like to roll. I like to roll with a very lightweight setup because that's just more enjoyable in my opinion. So the main point of the story is I had a bunch of shit with me. I had to walk around the city with that entire setup in my backpack, and that's heavy. And again, like I said before, I like to roll lightweight, so yeah, it just really wasn't enjoyable. So yeah, I guess that's the takeaway that I wanted for this video, is that instead of trying to rush things, you should take things slow. Let's say you're on a trip to Tokyo and you only have a week or two to get some photos around the city, but you're a family, so maybe you only realistically have like a couple of days or so. Instead of trying to cram all of these photos, or all these type of photos that you want, maybe for that trip try to limit it to one type, or even to break it down even more. So let's say you have a day of photography, don't try to go Ueno and then Ginza and then Shibuya and then Shinjuku and all these places. Try to limit yourself to maybe like one or two places. That would just, I think, give you much better results, and also just a better overall experience in photography. But yeah, anyways, before I start rambling on, I'm gonna get out of here. It's hot as hell. So yeah, the rest of the video is just gonna be my photo walk I had a couple days ago. I was actually planning on recording this video that day, but it was hot that day too. So yeah, anyways, enjoy the photo walk, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Later.